So.
That something else was skippering a yacht for Seattle restaurateur Bill McCormick. In spite of it all, however, Dubby was still interested in building that recording studio, and it turned out that McCormick had deep pockets and an interest in Dubby's dream.
What happens is that now Dubby was living on the boat for quite some time. I would say probably maybe 8 months past, and Dubby still didn't have any reason, or just he didn't want to come back out here and do the engineering again. But we had a mutual dream, and that was to build a studio together. So as time goes on, now it's about, I would say, mid-part of, I would say, May, June of 1979. And what happens is that Dubby and Bill headed up to Orcas Island, and we were talking to build a studio, or the possibility on Orcas Island. And Bill got really tuned into this, and we were talking about, building this nice recording studio on Orcas Island.
As time passed and the studio plans progressed, Lang began to notice that his friend Dubby was behaving more and more erratically.
It was on a Friday. I got woke up by Susan and Dub arguing. And 3 days before, Dub had just bought this beautiful couch. And Susan, just accidentally took a toaster and put the toaster on the couch and put a couple pieces of bread in it and pressed the lever in and burned a hole in the couch. Dubby freaked out because Susan, I hope you don't see this or your husband, whatever. But it's a God blessed truth, okay? Doors slam over the fridge doors, and I hit it. God damn you, airhead! The toaster's smashing, on the street, bouncing in the junipers, and I woke up, man. I heard
Sure.
That. And I went, what the hell is going on here? So I'm starting to think to myself, God, they're arguing up there. What's going on? What's going on? Because for that last month prior to that, Dubby's attitude started changing a little bit, and he was just getting off on some other situation. I don't know what kind of pressure he had on him, but something was going down.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I come running out and I yell up. I said, "Hey, you guys! Hey, what's going on, man?" And you just hear this high voice still yelling at them. Oh, shit. All right, so I hear the garbage truck coming around the corner. It's Friday, right? And I come out. Dubby, garbage can, garbage time, And he comes running down with his, this plastic container, running down these cement steps, and tripped. And out comes a uncooked whole chicken. Maggots everywhere all over it. Dubby started puking, And then again he yells back at Susan, "What the hell?" It's like he was very upset at her.
Yeah.
So I said, okay, you guys, let's just cool down a bit. Why don't we do this? Bob wants to take you guys out to breakfast, so we went up to the bowling alley, and went up and had breakfast, and I'm sitting here, let's say, Dubby's right over here, Susan's right across from me. There's a wall here, and Dub said to Susan after we got maybe mostly through our breakfast, like, "Susan, can you move?" And Susan's just, still talking to me. "Susan, we get up, I want to get out, I go to the bathroom." She didn't respond to this. So Dubby, unfortunately, grabbed her neck and kind of choked her. And I flipped, and I just said, "What the heck is going on here?" It's like, what are you doing, man? And she got really I could see that there was tension, very much tension. And Dubby had just getting up, and he left, came down to the studio. Prior to that moment where he did that, he said that he was going to go over to Black Pine Lake over by Twisp, Winthrop. And it was Black Pine Lake. And he was going to go fishing. And I was kind of pissed off because I had already had a session lined up for the studio, a band called the Heaters, that were a pretty popular band here back then, and basically I was going to have to blow off that band to go up there, and now he's telling me, because I did blow off the band, now he's telling me that he's going to go fishing. Because I want to go up to the island because I was drawing plans with the studio, and we were going up there, you know, that's what the plan was. Well, now he gets sidetracked, does that to Susan, and then hightails it down here, and says he's getting his fishing pole, and I said, Susan, let's leave. So we got in the car, my car, and came down here, and by that time, Susan was crying, and then she went running up the stairs, and Dub was now coming down the steps. He had his fishing pole, fly reel, and gets in his car, his RX-7, and brand new RX-7, beautiful car. Puts his thermometer, you know, like an aquarium strip thermometer. Shows, 75 degrees, 79, 80. Puts it on his forehead, and he's looking at me, and he goes, "What am I reading, Bobby?" And I said, "Man, you're reading F up."
That Friday was the last time that Lang would see his friend Dubby.
Next morning comes by, and again, I get woke up, and this time Susan's pounding on my door, screaming, "Dub's dead, Dub's dead, Dub is dead." And I got up and went, what are you talking about? Dub's brother just called Susan and said that he had vomited in his sleep.
Lang wasn't so sure, however, that aspiration was a plausible cause for Dubby's death. The quick and mysterious nature of the fishing trip combined with Dubby's increasingly erratic behavior left him wondering. And then there was Dubby's final message to him before he left.
I do gotta say, right before Dub asked me what his temperature was, he said, "Bobby, I left something in the ground." And he didn't say what, I just left something in the ground. So I'm thinking, well, maybe this was something. I thought, okay, he left something in the ground. Of course, it's definitely going to be money. So, what I did, I try not to think about it. And I let this pass for about a week or so. Then I noticed somebody came out and started poking a rod in the ground.
This reignited Lang's curiosity about Dubby's buried treasure, and he went out and purchased a metal detector that he used on the property. Dubby's treasure remained elusive.
I really came to the conclusion, and it was the right conclusion, that, you know what, he's not going to want me to find this out of the blue if I'm looking for it. The only way that Dub is going to let me find this is that I'm going to be sweating, dirty, digging for the new studio.